Heaven's touch fulfills but cancels not our earth. Our bodies need each other in the same lust. This is what we were talking last time. In the same lust. Our bodies need each other in the same lust. This is something absolutely tremendous. Yes, we need each other for a certain kind of a fulfillment. It is not you alone or I alone who can accomplish that fulfillment. Heaven's touch fulfills. That fulfillment will come when we have come together in the same lust, in the same mold. Now, metaphysically, this is a very powerful line. Our bodies need each other in the same. He doesn't say we need each other in the same lust. He doesn't say that. He says our bodies need each other in the same lust. It is at the physical level that they had to mold themselves into each other. At the physical level. It is not the vital, not the mental, but down to the earth, so to say. It is there that identification has to be there together. In other words, why generally, in all the cases, what we have been seeing throughout the history of spirituality, that body and soul, they have remained separate. Maybe soul has identified itself with the soul, which is not, so to say, uncommon. But the manner in which a soul identifies itself with the soul has also to be for the body to identify with the body. That is important. It is that which is required. Then it becomes the last. Now, as I was telling you last time, this word last is a very significant word. I mean, forget about lust and all that, but it is a very powerful word. What is it that he is trying to convey? He is not trying to convey. What is that we are trying to understand from it, rather? What is at last? First thing. At last is really the last. It is not mind to mind needing each other. It is not heart to heart needing each other. The last meeting has to be body to body. When can that happen? And that last, mind to mind is relatively easy. Heart to heart is also relatively easy. But body to body is the most difficult thing. And that can happen only in the last, not the same last, in the last. The last is the supramentalized body. We need body to body in that supramental consciousness for carrying out the divine work. They have to become supramental bodies. That is the last. When that kind of a transformation takes place, then there is the complete fulfillment. It fulfills when they become supramentalized, these bodies. There is a kind of a complementarity of one body with the other body. That complementarity is what is to be achieved ultimately, and that can be achieved in the same ultimate last, the supermind. When that is done, then this is a real physical identification. The relationship is now a supramental relationship. It is not a vital relationship at all, not a physical relationship, not a mental relationship. That is the important thing. But then, the most powerful word is here, need. Yes, bodies are supramentalized. Why are they needed? Why that has to happen? Now, let us quickly see some of the possibilities. He says, our bodies, our. You take in a very generalized sense, what does our mean? Or in the immediate context, here we have got male and female, Satyavan and Savitri in the physical form, and they need each other. For what? Not for procreation. It is for creation. For creation. We need each other for creation, new possibilities which have to come into expression, not for procreation. That is the most important thing. Creation. Our bodies will become supramentalized body in the last, and from that point onward will be the beginning of a creation. For that creation we need each other. All along, at every level, we have got they, so to say, Satyavan and Savitri in the immediate context, or in a general sense, you have got presence and power. Presence and power. If you see the metaphysical sense, presence and power, being and force, being and force, presence and power, soul and nature. Male, female is constantly there throughout. Soul and nature, Ishvara and Ishwari, God and Goddess. You have got Purusha and Prakriti. You have Brahma and Maya. Male, female, constantly Brahma and Maya. Krishna and Radha, the adorer and the adored, they are together. Shiva and Shakti or Parvati, female. Vishnu and Lakshmi. They are there always. Bhagavan and Bhagavati, the goddess of delight, of happiness, of joy. Bhagavan, who holds all the delight in him. And of course, Satyavan and Savitri, in the context of the story, so to say. So, both of them are needed, Bhagavan and Bhagavati, Ishvara and Ishwari, Purusha and Prakriti, being and soul, soul and nature, being and force. They are needed constantly. They had to be now here in the mortal world, come in the same lust. They had to find, they had to work together. This way. Then the creation starts from that point onward, male and female. For what? to put it in a certain sense, to do the work in the spirit, to do the work in the spirit, that is the male aspect. To do the work in matter, that is the female aspect. To do the work in the spirit, that is the being, that is the presence in the transcendental realms, in the spiritual planes. That is what the Purusha does. To work here in nature, in the cosmic manifestation, to work out all the details of dynamism, it is her work. So to do the work in the spirit, it is his. To do the work in matter is her. In nature, to bring it up, she has to work out all the details in the material creation here, down below. From the inconscient nature, if it has to undergo a transformation, she has to work out all those things. He has to bring out the divine possibilities into the material world. But to express those possibilities in matter, it is her job. It is her job, you see. So that is why we need each other to do that kind of a work. Otherwise, the purpose is lost. I cannot do myself, you cannot do yourself alone. We have to come together in the same lust and then work out every detail of it like that. Then there is the fulfillment. Heaven touch fulfills. Obviously, it cannot cancel, it cannot. The purpose is lost. You are knocking off the whole base otherwise. You are knocking off the whole base otherwise. In one of his very early letters, Shivandhu had written to Motilal Roy in Chandranagar, he was there. And he says that our sadhana is the Vedantic sadhana. He says at that time, Vedantic sadhana. And for the transformation, he was, so to say, waiting for the arrival of the mother, the tantric sadhana. The Vedantic sadhana is his job. The tantric sadhana is her assignment. So when they have coming together in the same clasp, same last, it means it is the coming together of the Vedantic and the Tantric. Or the Vedantic and the Tantric. We need each other for that. What does the Vedantic sadhana do? It explores all the spiritual possibilities in the entire manifestation. The spiritual possibilities. Climbs up ladder above ladder. Slope beyond slope, it climbs up the Vedantic sadhana. All the spiritual planes, all the way up to the transcendent supermind included. That is the spiritual path of it. And it is that spiritual path which establishes the necessary foundation for the tantric work to be initiated. Tantric work to be initiated. And tantric work gives a kind of a precision to the work. It attains to the details, to the minutiae of every work, handles nature. That is the tantric part of it. Dealing with nature, inconscient nature here. That inconscient nature has to be prepared to receive what the what the Vedantic sadhana has achieved. Vedantic sadhana has achieved something, but to express here in manifestation, you have to prepare the tantric base, tantric background. And that is exactly the kind of a division of work between Sri Aurobindo and the mother. They have come together now in the same lust. They come now together in the same lust. One handling the spiritual, the other handling the tantric. Dealing with the powers of the spirit, expressing those powers in matter. That is what they have been doing all along, you see. And that is what the mold really means, coming together, means basically, you see, work in the spirit and work in matter. Now, to put it in the language of the Upanishad, we can say that the first part, the spiritual path. By the way, the tantric sadhana, you know how the preparation also went along. Mother was with Theon to learn occultism. From death, Theon was the incarnation of death. From death, she is learning the occultism. To know, understand the detailed significance of the material world here. To go into the minute details of it, she has acquired the knowledge of the occultist. And there cannot be any better guide than Theon for that kind of a thing. And in the agenda, you know how, in a way, glowingly she speaks of Theon. Whenever there is a reference to Theon, you can feel the sort of respect she has for him. It is very obvious at every point, you see. She expresses that, you see. It is that occult knowledge which she has acquired from him. And that occult knowledge then, of course, gets connected with the psychic being. It is the psychic being which works out all the details. So, mother's work is to bring out the psychic expression and make that thing the instrument for activities here in nature. That is how the bodies are needed for each other on the physical level. It is the psychic which has to work in the physical. It is the spiritual which has to work in the physical. In fact, when the matter had become very critical, see, toward the end of 1940s, the mother of love, she was ready to descend. She had almost come. That book gives you all the details. She had almost come. But then she found that things are not ready enough for her to work. And she withdraws. And that became a matter of serious concern for mother and Sri Aurobindo. The things are not ready to prepare that. It became a matter of serious concern. At that time, at that point of development, Sri Aurobindo worked out a different strategy, different method, different approach. And on one particular occasion, maybe around towards the end of 1948 or 49, beginning around that time, Sri Aurobindo mentioned to the mother, to carry out our work, one of us may had to depart. They had to go, one of us. And mother said, yes, I am ready. I am ready. Savitri stopped her. No, you cannot go. If necessary, I will go. If necessary, I will go. And you will have to carry out our work of supramental descent and transformation. He tells her, you will have to carry out our work of supramental descent and transformation. That is a clear mission he has assigned to her. If necessary, I will go and you will carry out this work. And then, of course, in 1950, he withdrew from that point of view. And she was, so to say, forced, commanded to carry out the work of supramental descent and transformation, the painful work. She was standing on the dangerous brink, as we have seen in the Book of Fate, all the while. There, Shivandu said, if necessary, one of us will go. And she said, I will go. Shivandu said, you will have to carry out this work. Because, he says, your body is better suited for this work than mine. Your body is better suited for the work of supramental transformation than mine. There is something very special in her body, which is not there even in Shivandu's body. Now it is that kind of a body which has to come out. And when does it come out? When Satyavan dies. He comes back. He comes back with that kind of a body which, so to say, matches with the body of Savitri. There is something lacking, missing, whatever you want to call it. And therefore, when he undergoes that death, then he acquires that body, that kind of a body. And therefore, we need each other in the same lust. We need each other in the same lust. With that kind of an realization, that boon which he has received from the Supreme Himself. Our bodies need each other in the same lust.